Welcome everyone, this is Jamesrise, going to bring you, special ladies and gentlemen, a new video today. And today we are going to talk about the tragic death of Harambe, the 17-year-old silverback ape that was killed and gunned down in the Cincinnati Zoo. What happened was a 4-year-old child climbed into this sanctuary or imprisonment of these silverbacks or these apes. 15-foot drop into this water, and Harambe was there to, essentially look like he was protecting the child. Protecting the child because everyone was screaming, everyone was causing a commotion, because they were, I guess the mother and everybody was in fear for this child. But it looked like in the video that, because everyone was screaming, everyone was going crazy, that he looked kind of agitated in a little sense, so he tried to take the child away from all the commotion. Try to protect the child. Didn't seem like he was doing much harm to the child. The child seemed fine. Probably in shock because there's a great big silverback right next to him and he's just 4 years old. Instead of trying to tranquilize Harambe, they decided to shoot him dead to protect this child. Now that is where everything stops and everything starts into this commotion on, like, they should have tranquilized him, they should have not killed him, they should have killed him because it's to protect the child, thinking of the child. In my opinion, they probably should have tranquilized him, saved his life, and then saved the child. Who knows what the outcome could have been. But it wasn't the silverback's fault that this child decided to drop into this sanctuary or holding of these animals. It wasn't his choice. It seemed like he was trying to protect this child. In the end result, he died. And that's terrible. Truly is. He should have lived many, many more years. Only 17 years old. From what I've read, he seemed like he was bred there, he was grown up there. So he was always in captivity. They were able to see the true place where he was supposed to be living. He was brought there, I would think, and probably produced there so he could bring money to this zoo. So he could bring people so they could, have a good time and see these animals all locked up and for people's enjoyment. And so that the zoo could make some profit. At the end of the day, he gets killed to be in this zoo, this prison, in my opinion, because the 4-year-old decided to drop in and invade his little world that he did have, as he seemed to protect this child. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy, and I'm in a sense, maybe this is a positive thing in the end. People are seeing what's truly happening, and people are seeing that animals do have a purpose. Animals do have strengths and do have a meaning, and we're not so elitist above all these animals. So maybe Harambe did serve a purpose in that way, and opening people's eyes and showing people are showing compassion to another animal. So maybe there is a positive to this all. But on the flip side of things, where things get turned on their head, millions of people, this is like trending or whatnot, people are just like flipping out about Harambe, and they want justice. They want justice for this animal that was probably unrightfully killed. But you gotta think about it. You gotta think about this in that way. Cows, chickens, pigs, and fish are being murdered by the hundreds of thousands every single day. There could be a piece of meat on people's plates on the daily, and you don't see people in an uproar about it unless they're vegans or unless they're animal activists. It's not trending everywhere. And these murders are being unnoticed. Because it's the norm to have a piece of meat on your plate. So as one great gorilla dies, one animal dies, and millions uproar, tens and thousands of these animals are killed on a daily so that everyone in the world can have some meat on their plate. Or the ones that are fortunate enough to have some meat on their plate. Are all animals equal? Apparently not. In the eyes of this society that we live in, from my guess. You gotta think about it this way. What if a cow, this child drops into a cow sanctuary or a farm, and everyone is screaming, they're, a cow. And the zookeepers thought that cow was gonna do something wrong, even though cows are herbivores as well, and they just eat grass and graze. But you never know. And they shot it down. Would people bat an eye? Would people be hypocritical and they say that cow was shot down? Probably I'm sure there'll be a lot of people making jokes, say, hey, I can have that steak later. It's not having every animal as an equal. Same thing as not seeing every human being as an equal. Because that's a society that we live in. If you're different color, if you're too tall, if you have a different religion, if you have a spirit, if you're spiritual, if you're a hippie, if you're a nerd, a geek, an athlete, a jock, whatever you might be, there is people judging you. And people thinking that you're unworthy because you're not them. This isn't the world that we live in. And we see the same thing as we do in ourselves as we do in animals. Don't kill an ape, but it's okay to kill that cow. Or to slaughter that chicken. Or to slaughter that pig. We don't see things as equals. We don't see all animals as equals. As we don't see ourselves as equals to another as well. So that's what's wrong with our society. That's what's wrong with us as human beings, and seeing things as not as equals. What makes us so great above all these animals? What does? Because we can invent things? Yes. But these things have a purpose as well. That's why they live on this earth with us. Why would we want to kill everything that's not us? Seems like it's going to be that way because a lot of animals are being endangered because we want to grow businesses, so a lot of things have to be torn down. The Amazon is being almost wiped out. Our oceans are being overfished. Wake up, people. There has to be a great change. And if this Harambe makes and ignites that spark so people can start opening their eyes, then he had a purpose. He truly had a purpose on this world, and I hope things start to change. Hopefully, more eyes open. People have to wake up and see that there is something wrong with how we are living and how we judge animals and humans. Because we think there's an elitist group and that there's people above us and people celebrating and worshiping celebrities who are just humans just like us, and making yourself feel worthless because you don't have the body like they do, or you don't have the smarts like they do. Stop judging yourself to other things. Stop thinking that one animal is not as equal to another animal. These things all have living, beating hearts. They have a purpose to serve. Be smart, guys. Wake up and see and open your eyes and see what's going around you. Don't let the media influence your thoughts. Have your own thoughts. Stay risen, guys. Rest in peace, Harambe. Rest in peace to all those cows, chickens, pigs, and fish that are being slaughtered on the daily. You don't deserve that. Take care, guys. Stay risen. This has been Jamesrise with some real talk. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Until next time.